So today I'm going to talk about the parrot attack issue. So let's review the basic information from the eyewitness first. She said that she saw a parrot holding his AK-47 at a 50-degree angle. And she also stated the parrot appeared to be about 100 yards away from the ship. And a bullet hole was discovered in the mast, about 150 feet above the waterline. Based on the information, I made a diagram, which will look like this. Here's the bullet points, here's the bullet position, and here's the ship, here's the boat. The height is 50 yards because from here we can see that 150 feet is different from yards and 3 feet equals to 1 yard. I use this to change 150 feet to 50 yards. The distance 100 yards, the angle 50 degrees will look like that. And also because it is a eye measurement, and at that time we didn't measure the exactly distance and the angle. All the information is based on what she saw at that time. So which means the information, the distance, and the angle is not accurate enough. So this is the formula that I use to find the angle on the side. To find angle, we use tan inverse 50 divided by the side, and to find the side, 50 times tan of angle. This formula that we use pretends that like one of them is correct, so I substitute in the value that she gave to us. First, I substitute in the side, when side equals to 100, tan inverse 50 divided by 100. I found out that the angle will be around 26 or 27. So which means when side equals to 100, the angle will not equals to 50. Next one is when angle equals to 50 degrees. So 50 times tan, 50 degrees. The side will equals to around 60 yards at that time, which represent if the angle equals to 50 degrees, the side will not equals to 100, which represents that the eyewitness value is not accurate enough. And here's also the many factors that could affect the accuracy, so which represents that her value is not valid and stable enough. The position at that time, if the eyewitness is at the taller position, there would be a mistake, a problem with what she is saying, because a taller position could cause the eye measurement more further than at the same level with the parrot boat. It is different with a taller and same level at that time, and the eye measurement is not 100% accurate. You cannot make sure that what you said is valid and stable. You need to actually measure it. So eye measurement is not accurate based on what she saw, and she missed a lot of information. Waves at that time, waves could cause both ship and boat shaking. If at the time we have waves and the boat is shaking, it means the angle is not stable and valid, because shaking could cause the angle up and down. So how you can make sure that the angle is 50 degrees? You cannot make sure about that, right? And the movement of the boat and ship. If at that time they are, if at that time they are getting further from each other, and what she said, which she saw at that time, they are getting away from each other, so the distance is wrong at that time, because there could be a possible that after they showed the boat and the eyewitness saw the parrot, but at them they are getting further from each other, so the distance will change and it will not equals to 100 yards anymore. So there's a lot of factors that could represent that her information is incorrect. And here's also the possible solutions that I found out that could bring both angles and sides 50 why we need to equals 50? Because I hear like when the ship was inspected, they actually measured like how the height of the bullet, so we can make sure that the 50 yards is accurate. So I use calculator substitute in my imagine value to give the value that will equals to 50 or around 50. And here's the possible solutions for that. And actually it is not close to her values. So conclusion, none of the providing information could be correct. But here shows like if one of her value is correct, another one must be incorrect. But we cannot make. But as I said, her her given value is not stable and valid enough. So there's also a situation that both of the value that she was given is incorrect. And at that time, so I need to use the possible solution to find out the the kind of like valid value for that. And as I said, there's a lot of factors that could cause the measurement is inaccurate. So which means the information that eyewitness that gave to us is incorrect. I mean, not so incorrect, but it's not accurate as when you measure it, because it is only use your eyes, not using the real tools to measure it. So her information is incorrect.